guys, coming to you today with a review for a knife I'm a big fan of. It's not going to break the bank for you. I've been cooking for 16 years, and I pride myself on having a pretty extensive knife collection and knowing a lot about sharpening, steel types, those kind of things. But over the last few years, I've really fallen in love with these super cheap knives that I use a lot at home. Don't get me wrong, I love my really expensive cutlery. I love the knives I spend a lot of money on and spend a lot of time taking care of. But day to day at home, I don't always have time to sharpen my knives as much as I'd like, and I need something that can just kind of cut through almost anything out of the drawer. And it's really nice if something bad happens to them because they didn't cost me all that much money, and I'm not wasting a lot if I have to get rid of it or replace it. So I live in Richmond, and I love our local Asian grocery store, Tan A. It's awesome. It's got everything you could want, from really fun iced coffee drinks to soy sauce and tenjang and gochujang, miso, and really, really good vegetables. And they also have this entire kitchen equipment section towards the back. And they have stacks on stacks of these. And I'm sure people who cooked with me in years past are probably freaking out because I used to be a real snob about knives. Well, people grow. So let's open this thing up and take a look at it. So this knife cost me $5 before tax. What's going on here? Let's see. Use my teeth. All right, we'll just peel it from the front. It's got these perforations on the back, but I guess I'm not going to get that. So yeah, so these knives are super cheap. They're $6. And I'm a big fan of like a one knife for all jobs kind of feel. Not too big, not too small. I can do almost anything I need with it without having to switch, except for like cutting bread, which you need a serrated fork. So, all right, so this is your guy right here. It's got a slight curvature to the blade. It's got this kind of chisel tip going on, almost like a tanto tip, except not sharpened. It's hollow ground. It's got these striations here, and that's supposed to help with food release, so the knife doesn't create a vacuum against the whatever you're cutting, carrots or daikon or whatever. Out of the box, it's going to come super sharp. Definitely sharp enough to do almost any job in your kitchen. These steel up really well, like when you're, if you're using a knife hone at home. You can use one of those terrible pull sharpeners that I hate, but yeah, you can use those without having to worry about ruining a really good knife. As I said, they're $6. We don't keep a knife block on our counter, so this just stays in a drawer. And I've got this and probably a few of my knives from cooking that I've retired because I've just sharpened them too small, or I've just replaced them, or I don't need them anymore. And honestly, I found myself reaching for a knife like this more than anything. I actually got another one of these today while I was at Tan A because I wanted two in the kitchen because my wife and I like to cook together, and it's nice to have both of you have the knife you'd rather be using, which is weird because I do have some really nice knives in this kitchen, in our kitchen, but. They're made in Thailand. They're made out of high carbon steel. They're stainless. I don't know what steel they're using. I can't imagine it's very good. These are obviously stamped. I don't know what their heat treatment is. I have absolutely no idea what their hardness is. I know that they sharpen really well. I know that took forever, but I took off the hollow ground on one just to see what would happen. It's really nice. They're actually pretty, if you can see. I don't know if it'll focus. But they're pretty thin behind the edge, which is important for a knife, which means as you sharpen it, it's going to maintain its ability to stay sharp, because the thicker a knife is, the faster it's going to lose its blade, which is why as you sharpen down a knife, as you start to remove this steel, they don't stay sharp as long over time. The nice thing about Tan A and most Asian grocery stores is they also sell sharpening stones, water stones that you can learn to sharpen, and there's plenty of videos online. I can link one in the bottom of the comments if you're interested in learning to sharpen. But yeah, like I said, $6. If it snaps in half, you put it in the dishwasher, it doesn't matter. And these are great whether you're looking for a first knife in an apartment you just got, or you're just trying to, your old Wusthovs and Fortuners are wearing out at home and you're looking for something sharp, just you can either go on Amazon and get them probably even cheaper, or you can head over to your local Asian American grocery store and pick up one for yourself, and also get some delicious snacks and some ingredients that you really can't find anywhere else. But yeah, I highly recommend this. I can't stress it enough. I see so many people and hear so many people as a chef ask me, what knife should we get for our kitchen? It's our wedding. We're looking for a wedding registry. What would you, if you got a set of knives for at home, what would you get? And I usually give them a recommendation, because what they want is something for the registry, or they want something nice. But if I really care about you, I'm going to tell you that you should just spend $6 and get this thing, and have a very sharp knife at home that isn't going to fail you, and you're not going to feel bad about if it's not all that sharp because you didn't spend too much money on it after it starts to wear out. So I'm not saying I throw them away. I'm saying sharpen them, but it's also a really nice knife to learn to sharpen on. Don't learn to sharpen on a knife that cost you $100. Learn to sharpen on a knife that cost you $6, because you're going to learn the same principles, and then when you go to sharpen your $100 knife, you're not going to ruin it. I can't tell you as a young cook how much money I wasted on good knives learning to sharpen them, because when you're sharpening a knife, you're taking steel away from it and eventually shortening its useful life. I could find some real bricks that I could show you. But yeah, altogether, definitely a really good investment, and I would run out and go get one today if you're planning on doing any cooking. I'm going to go make some stew. All right, talk to you guys later.